Hello, my name is Erica Davis, and I will be recording today's speech. In the audience, we have with us
Mark Hill,
Kenshawn,
Tate Mitchell,
Brianna,
Shannon. Hello, my name is Sheila Harbert, and today I will convince you why the Right to Die Act should be a law decided upon by the federal government and not left to the states. To die or not to die? Is that really a question? I mean, we all are going to have to go that way one day and make that trip. Although I'm sure that those at the sound of my voice are not willing to make those travel plans just yet. Although there are several families that are currently making that decision right now because of a loved one who has a terminal illness, and they're trying to decide if they want to continue to suffer or if they want to continue to wait for medical intervention. It's a hard decision to make. Well, today my speech is not about the moral, ethical issues concerning the Right to Die Act. My speech is just about where the responsibility lies, which government the responsibility lies with to make that decision. Currently, that decision lies with the states, and the federal government has not taken a stance, if you will, on the Right to Die Act. They leave it to the states. 68% of the states currently have legislations in session now where they're trying to make decisions on either side of it, whether they should have them or whether they should not have them. And in the meantime, families are waiting. We know historically that the federal government has gotten involved in issues concerning human life. One example is abortion. We know that the Roe versus Wade decision that was made in 1973, according to the USA.gov, was a huge monumental decision they made concerning life. And then also we know that the federal government had to get involved with the death penalty because you could not leave that up to just the states, whether they would have it or how they would have it, because states could have made decisions on to kill someone basically on a minor offense if they wanted to. So the federal government, we see, has to get involved. There has to be some regulations. There have been good and bad laws on both sides. An important case is the Bush versus Chavo in Florida. According to procon.org, this was a monumental case. I particularly choose that case for you because it has both sides of the issue. But remember, this speech is not about whether it's right or wrong, should we do it or should we not do it. It's about which branch of the government should make that decision. In this particular case, Bush versus Chavo, the husband who had taken care of his wife for years but had saw her diminish in a vegetative state, wanted her to be released from that circumstance. And then on the other side of the issue, you have the mother and father who are seeing their baby breathing and drinking and thinking, well, she's still there with us. She's in there. Keep her alive until you come up with something to help her to get better. Maybe she will come out of the coma. Because if you recall, people have come out of coma. So they had all these reasons why they wanted to, but the government had to step in. The states were making decisions, and it took over 15 years. And finally, that monumental decision was made concerning that Right to Die Act. And the husband was awarded that right to stop the feeding tubes. But that's a long time. If the federal government had made a decision and there were some clear-cut laws, if there is such a thing as a clear-cut law, but if there were some clear-cut laws, then that family may not have had to go through that for 15 years either side. So I say to you, the federal government has stepped in on the right, on life, made issues regarding life. And I think this is an important one that they should, because of medical intervention, people are living longer. We know that for a fact, according to health reports. So people have to have help in these matters when they are making these life-changing decisions. They need to know the right thing to do, just like we all do. We all want to know if we're obeying the law, if we're going to go to jail for making certain decisions at one point or another. So this is no different. I mean, I know it's a human life, and it's easy. I mean, it's not easy. It can be difficult for any branch of government to make a law concerning life because you can't take it back. Once you make a law, you can take the law back, maybe, but you can't take death back. So any decision they make is an important decision to make. I know, according to some definitions of it, the water gets murky when you talk about the Right to Die Act, because you have passive euthanasia, and that's where you just allow someone to take off feeding tubes and allow them to just pass away. Then you have active euthanasia, where there is doctor intervention and they're giving you medicine to go. And then you have do not resuscitate order, which is already legal. It's a legal document, a legal binding document that tells a doctor, you don't have to do anything on me. If it looks like I'm going, don't do anything. Well, that's already in place. People have a clear, if that document's there, people know what to do. But not when a person decides they want to end their life or keep their life. Don't want anybody to take it. There's no clear form that says for them to know what to do. And there should be. I will say to you, what is my stance on that? I won't tell you whether I'm for or against, because again, my speech is not about that. It's just about the federal government should be the leading government in making that decision on whether we should have that right to die. I will tell you that my personal hat in that ring is I have been involved. I had a niece who wanted to end her life. And I can't imagine. I mean, we had families on both sides. You had someone that was for it and someone that was not. And I can't tell you how devastating it would have been if we would have had to wait 15 years like the Chavos to decide what we could have done.